Hello, welcome to Interfaith Inspirations. My name is Frances Hume and I'm the National Development Officer at Interfaith Scotland.
Hello everyone, my name is Else. I'm the Finance and Office Manager of Interfaith Scotland.
So our colleague Aparna has given us a bowl with questions about interfaith and what it means to us. So we're going to be asking each other some questions and find out a bit more about each other, and also you can find a bit more about us as well. So I'll hand the bowl to Else for the first one.
Let me draw the first question. Okay. So, Frances, what was your first interfaith experience?
Well, gosh, I mean, I have a lot of things I can think of, but I think the first time I encountered someone from a different faith, I was going to an international conference in Switzerland, which was for people from all different faiths. And we met every morning and we talked about our faith and our relationship with God and praying and that sort of thing. Now, I'd never met someone from a different faith. I'm from Northern Ireland, and growing up, I met Protestants and Catholics, but that was it. So I met someone who was a Hindu from India, and she was talking about God speaking to her and her relationship with God. And I was really surprised because growing up as a Christian and not meeting anyone else, I thought we were the only people who kind of had this relationship with God and prayer life. So that kind of blew my mind. Sounds really obvious now, but not when I was quite naive growing up. And then later on, I decided to go to India after university and just immerse myself in a different culture and learn about people from different faiths and backgrounds. And that was really an incredible experience, meeting people from all different faiths, learning about them, and really coming to appreciate all the positive aspects of different religions.
Well done. That's really interesting to hear that, Frances.
Yeah.
So for me, I think interfaith was a gift to me. I was born in Malaysia, so it's a very multicultural country, and I got so many friends like from different faiths, and I've learned about people, the different religions since young. For example, from where I stay, between the two streets, we got a mosque, we got a church, we got a Chinese temple, and we got a Hindu temple, which I've been wondering about since I was young. And because of the background and where I was born, I would say I have been part of the interfaith since I was young. So it was part of me, really.
That's lovely. That's kind of like the opposite experience. I had to go out and find it, and you had it growing up, which I think must have been a lovely experience.
Lucky.
Yeah, very lucky. That's really nice. So, next question.
Who wants to go next? Oh, would you like to draw?
Oh, I'll draw. So, Else.
Okay.
How did you come to work at Interfaith Scotland?
Well, the answer in short will be the job was available. I applied for it and I got the job. And in fact, the reason I applied for the job because I believe in what Interfaith Scotland do, and it's kind of sharing the same vision to promote cross-cultural understanding, and no matter what background, faith, belief you're from, and Interfaith is doing the work to promote the understanding from diverse faith and belief in Scotland. So that's the main reason that I work for Interfaith Scotland. How about you, Frances?
Well, I actually started out as a volunteer.
Okay.
all the way back in 2004. I can't believe that's
Okay, very different from how it started.
nearly 2 decades ago. So I was volunteering with the youth committee, and we had young people from all different faiths, and we would get together and plan like youth conferences. And I just found it really interesting and inspiring work. And I worked at Save the Children at the time with young refugees. So actually moving from working with refugees from all different countries. I mean, when they came to Glasgow, there was 52 languages of people from the refugee asylum seeker community. And so working with young people in Interfaith just felt like a real kind of home where I fitted, and just learning from each other, I found that really enriching as well. So when the job came up to do development work, I thought, that's great, that's me, and I was just so happy to get the job, and I've been in it ever since.
Cool.
So, next question.
Next question.
Oh, this is an interesting one, Else.
Okay.
What is your favourite aspect of working in Interfaith?
Well, it's the fact that I work since 2017 until today, so that means I do enjoy working at Interfaith Scotland. Lovely colleagues and nice working environment and atmosphere, very supportive, and supervisor, board member. And I think that the main thing is I do have the opportunity to meet people coming from different faith backgrounds or different beliefs backgrounds, and to engage with them and to know them and their faith a bit more. And this is a part I'm really enjoying. And of course, trying food from different faith background. And something I would like to share, I actually never tried kosher food until I joined Interfaith Scotland. So that was a new experience for me as well. But the other aspect from my job is to learn about different food dietary requirements, because we do lots of events. So this is something to learn from different aspects, about their dietary requirement, and from the different background as well. So and a lot more I can say, but maybe I want to hear some from you then.
Well, it's funny you should mention food, because often when I tell friends about my job, I get to eat food from all different countries and cultures, and I think they feel quite jealous. They think I'm having a great time. Every event I went to, I'd get something to eat, and we were just saying often when we host events, we like to feed people, because it's a great way to engage in dialogue together, which I have to say I really missed during lockdown, because you didn't get dinner when you were on Zoom.
True.
Anyways, I digress. Favourite aspect of working in Interfaith? I think one of the things I really enjoy is going into schools. I actually started out as a teacher of RME in Scotland, religious and moral education, and it's just so lovely to have an opportunity to go into schools and bring in volunteers from all different faiths, and talk to the pupils about their faith, what it means to them, like personally, and also to try and dispel some of the negative, like the myths and stereotypes of different religions, get to know people. And one of the funniest and quite lovely pieces of feedback I got from people at Oban High School wrote on their feedback, "I never realised religious people were normal." So I was like, oh, well, that's a real win.
Of course.
And they were like, oh, we could take them out for a cup of tea, or, so it's that kind of like, just dispelling that myth of religion and sharing and educating as well, because I think personal encounter makes such an enormous difference. I mean, you can read about people's practices and beliefs, but getting to know people on a one-to-one basis can be quite positive and powerful experience. So that's something I really enjoy from the age of 3 to 18, so it's so varied.
I'm jealous. I should follow you to some schools.
I know. We even got to go to like Shetland and Orkney, and I know I've done such a lucky job.
That's amazing.
Yeah. Right.
Shall I draw the next question?
Is it your turn? Yes.
Okay, this is done. Okay. share a favourite memory from an interfaith gathering.
Ooh.
We have done a lot, so
Oh, yeah.
what's your
I was
favourite?
going to say, that's like, 15 years? 15 years, wow. I'm actually going to go right back to the very beginning. I said that I'd worked with the youth committee, is how I got involved as a volunteer, and we were invited to go to Holy Isle, which is this beautiful little island off Arran. So it's quite an epic journey to get the 2 islands, 2 lots of ferries, and honestly, I had no idea what to expect else because I had never heard of Interfaith before, even though I'd sort of been doing it without thinking about it. And I was actually a bit worried about it. At the time, I thought, I'm going as the Christian. Am I the best Christian? I don't know, I was a bit worried what it'd be like, and all these really serious young people from different faiths. But actually, I found just a really vibrant, lively atmosphere. Young people that I really felt I could relate to, having that common experience of faith, but also very practical. So our first conference, the title was Service Above Self. So the idea that, your faith is put into practice to make a difference in the world, to make our communities better, to promote peace and understanding, and even work together on practical issues. So for COP26 was obviously a really important experience for us, and that was really inspiring, getting involved in all those events. So it was that kind of practical thing as well that I think really thought I found my niche now, and I really want to work with these people. So yes.
Wow.
So favourite memory for you, Else?
Right. You talk about islands. I would like to talk about another island as well. So I think my favourite memory was it's quite a recent one. We hosted a pilgrimage to the island of Iona in September, and I was quite lucky to be part of the team to support this event. And this event also marked the 20th anniversary of the establishment of the Scottish Religious Leader Forum. And so my memory was, because of part of my work, I have been communicate with many of the people I have met during the trip, and in person for the first time, and especially many religious leaders. So I always, I think from that moment, so I feel like after speaking to many of them and through the trip, I was telling myself, wow, the religious leader can be so down to earth and approachable, and I would never able to find out if I never meet them through this trip. So this is what I got from the trip. And other than that, what really touches me was we deliver the interfaith service of commitment as part of the trip at the Iona Abbey. And the moment I see so many religious leaders speaking at the Abbey, and I crossed my mind saying, interfaith is really happening. So that's what I thought at that moment. So I was touching myself. So but this is really my favorite memory of the interfaith work recently. So I was quite glad that I got the opportunity to go there. So shall we? Oh, last question.
Oh, last question. My goodness, it's gone quickly.
Okay, shall I read that?
Yeah, sure.
Why do you look forward to Scottish Interfaith Week?
Why do I look forward to Scottish Interfaith Week? The first thing I'm thinking is, do I look forward to Scottish Interfaith Week?
Of course we do.
Of course we do. Of course we do. No, it's so funny because I often say, when I was a volunteer, Scottish Interfaith Week was the most exciting week of the year for me because you can go to events all over Scotland. But when I started working on the coordination of Scottish Interfaith Week, it's actually quite hard work, isn't it? Because you've got groups all over Scotland asking for advice and putting on events, and you're kind of helping them with that. And then we put on loads of our own events as well, like the launch, and we've just launched we're launching a poetry book that we've been working on as well. So it's really hard work, but it's also really good fun as well, because there's stuff going on all over the country. You've got the local interfaith groups, you've got schools, you've got community organisations, faith communities, so lots of different groups planning and putting on events and for the general public as well. And this year's quite cool because it's hybrid, so it's still online and in person as well, so you can come to events even if you're in the most remote part of Scotland. You can still get engaged with Interfaith Week and come along.
Cool. Well, I am looking forward for Scottish Interfaith Week, of course. I'm mainly based in office, so this is I go out to support big events. So the launch of Scottish Interfaith Week every year at a different location in Scotland, is usually the big event, and time for me to go out from the office to support, and of course it's my opportunity to meet people that I've been engaged with throughout the year, and other than the launch, what I really look forward to see every year on our Scottish Interfaith Week website is how many events are up. It's quite impressive to see more and more events, on the website every year, and there are different new organizations. Not only faith-based organization. I think we see more organizations who like to engage with the faith audience, starting to put their event on the website. So I would say this is something I'm really pleased to see. So so 13th of November, not long to go, I will launch, and it will last for a week, Scottish Interfaith Week. So looking to see you at one of our events or more.
Absolutely, yeah, because Mel and Jill have done a great job of taking on the coordination of Interfaith Week and really expanding it out to the general public and all the rest of it. So yeah, it's been great, and there, as you say, loads of events, over 50 events this year on the website, and it's not even happened yet. So I'm sure there'll be more coming up in the next couple of weeks. So I hope you've enjoyed that snapshot from myself and Else, telling you a bit about how we got involved in Interfaith Week. We hope you enjoy it this year and in the future as well. Bye.
Bye.